Notre Dame season preview time. This is really a good time to dust off the Meemaw-ism about can't versus haven't. Because there have been people telling me for my whole life, Notre Dame can't win a national title anymore. College football passed them by, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you have been part of that. And I am a believer that they just haven't won one in most of our lifetimes. But it doesn't mean they can't. So they got all the way to the title game last year. But since they didn't win it, the same doubters out there will say they had their shot, told you they can't. So they're still fighting perception. True or false, they're fighting it. Chris Ash comes in to replace Al Golden at defensive coordinator. I mean, he won the Broyles Award last year, best assistant coach in the country, and now he moves on. Chris Ash comes in. They got the 8th best odds to win it all. There is no conference odds for Notre Dame, obviously, but their over-under win total is 10.5. So that is an odds maker telling you we're going to kind of give them benefit of the doubt blindly, and we trust them. And you know what? I do too, but that does not mean there aren't questions here. So the first question I have is C.J. Carr, just how much, how soon? Because this is a very front-loaded schedule for Notre Dame. So C.J. Carr, the good news is he's not a first-year player. He's just a first-time starter. He's been there a year, though. He is going to be pressed into action very early. I mean, he'll be their starter. I don't mean he's going to start early. I mean he's going to be pressed into action early because they got Miami week 1. They got A&M week 3. He can't ease into it. He is homegrown, so it's not a transfer portal guy. But the trade-off is you hadn't been able to really see him play a whole lot. The secondary, are they still at the level they were? I mean, Notre Dame's got good players back there, but they lost Watts, they lost Morrison. This is a portion of their team I have blind faith in. I do not need to have seen some of these guys play to trust, well, meaningfully, just trust that they'll put a really, really good, solid pass defense out there. I just trust them. New defensive coordinator and all. I trust them. Third question, offensive line. Is it good or is it elite? This was the story of this team last year. We were going into the season, they were going to play A&M. And A&M had this fierce pass rush, and Notre Dame's going to Kyle Field. And offensive line is going to be a weakness for Notre Dame. And they went in there and they won, and offensive line becomes a strength, and it gets banged up, and it's still a strength, and it was just a monumental testament to that coaching staff. Well, let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. They could be good this year. They could be elite this year. It's all in the range of outcomes. They are a team that wasn't balanced statistically last year, but they really weren't trying to be. They were 101st passing. They were 19th rushing. I think that'll... I don't know if it'll compress. I mean, because they still may be top 20 running the ball this year. In fact, I think they will. Passing numbers will probably improve. Offensive line's going to have a lot to say about that. So the best position group on this team is running back. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, unbelievable 1-2 combination. Price starts for most others and could tote it for 30 times per game if Notre Dame needed him to. They don't. But if they wanted him to, I think linebacker's good too. They're 4 or 5 deep there of guys that are really, really quality and you can count on to win you football games. Their breakout player's got to be C.J. Carr. I mean, if Notre Dame is going to fulfill on this, if they're going over 10.5 wins, it's because C.J. Carr was a really good quarterback. I think that they could have the best passing attack easily since Freeman's been there. I expect that they will. But, I mean, C.J. Carr, out of all these quarterbacks that are being talked about, like Ty Simpson at Alabama, Arch at Texas, Julian Sayin at Ohio State, Dante Moore, you got a lot of new starters, and C.J. Carr's that too, but for some reason it feels to me like he keeps getting skipped over in that conversation. So naturally, the way this sport works, he'll be the one that breaks out and looks better than everyone. Their schedule is front-loaded, man. We've only got them playing the 36th toughest schedule in the country, but they go to Miami, and they got A&M, and at Arkansas, and Boise and USC all by mid-October. So you sink or swim by mid-October. People are just putting out their Halloween decorations, and you've already played like half a dozen of your toughest opponents. Their best case is 12-0, though. They should be favored in every one of these games. Their best case is 12-0. The model has their worst case at 7-5. And the model here, the computer seated right next to me, says Notre Dame most likely 9-3. That surprised me. I think I may be a little higher on them than the model is, but that's interesting. 9-3 though, the most likely for Notre Dame. Do you agree with that or not? I think I may have a little disagreement, but we'll see. That's why they make us play the games.